Ambulance service. Is the patient breathing?
He's just breathing. He's very noisy.
I've got the pains in my chest. It was excruciating.
Her leg is severely sliced open. It's horrendous.
RTC!
This is a typical 12-hour shift with West Midlands Ambulance Service.
It's not like a normal job.
Nice and steady.
What's happened then?
In that time,
Stop.
it receives over 2,000 calls for help.
Does she still have the knife on her?
I'm staying right here with you until we get the ambulance there, OK?
From a population of 5.6 million,
You are with people for the best and worst moments of their lives.
Can you lift this leg for me?
Anything like this happened to you before?
You might have broken it, you might have dislocated it.
filming simultaneously with 7 paramedic crews.
Oh, sounds nasty. Yeah, Roger, we're on the way.
But don't be afraid to call us, please.
This is life on the front line.
And back.
If we don't get to a patient on time, it can cost lives.
It's 6:30 a.m., the start of another day shift for the paramedics of West Midlands Ambulance Service.
Morning.
Morning.
You all right?
I'm very well. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad. Good weekend?
Yes.
Good.
We played the netball tournament yesterday.
Good morning, 4831 booking on duty at Stoke. It's Dave Lee and Mick Seal till 6:30 this evening.
As they set off, it's their own injuries, not someone else's, that's got them talking.
Do you have any scars? And if so, how did you get them?
Oh, God, right. This one, I got bit by a fish on holiday.
A fish?
By a fish.
No
It wasn't
way.
bad, it just took, obviously, a little tiny chunk out my arm.
So it wasn't like a piranha with a razor sharp teeth, had it?
No.
So I've got one on the back of my hand. Me and my dad were racing up the street.
Right.
And he was like, no, you're not winning. And went like this to me to like just, knock me out the way. And then I went up the wall.
That one.
What did you do?
I got stabbed on station on Christmas Day for the last piece of cheesecake.
I remember that.
Plastic fork, I went, no, it's mine! Then he went, whack!
No.
That wet stuff.
Is that wet stuff?
All the nice views disappeared.
It has a bit. Just got this lovely view now. Water.
Bet the ducks all loving it. I think we work well together,
Yeah.
That sense of humour.
Yeah, it's sort of similar, isn't it?
Very similar.
Hopefully this rain stops before we get there. I'm going to get my hair wet otherwise.
Yeah, you go curly.
Oh, I won't be able to do anything with it.
Oh, it goes frizzy.
Goes frizzy.
Oh, when it rains, it's murder. Wind and rain, frizzy air. Can't do a thing with it.
Nope.
Ambulance service. Is the patient breathing?
They're breathing. She's had a slip and she's cut her leg open very badly.
Okay.
Her leg is severely sliced open. Like the muscles on show, it's horrendous.
4831.
831, thank you. We're going to with a 72-year-old trauma case. The skin of the calf has been degloved, muscles are showing, wound approximately 10 inches wide.
Oh, sounds nasty. Yeah, Roger, we're on the way.
A degloving injury is where the top layers of skin are torn away from the underlying tissue. As it typically involves severe blood loss, it's often life-threatening.
Right, your left is clear.
Cheers. It isn't very often you get sorts of traumatic injuries on a golf club.
No.
It's normally something like a cardiac arrest. It's tight.
Thank you. At least they've... straight down there, mate.
Where about? No.
Straight down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First tee.
We don't move.
No, that's fine.
Bandage onto the flat.
Yep.
The patient's fellow golfers have been taking care of her.
Look at you guys.
Hi, you all right? Hello there.
Hiya, Doc. My name's Dave and this is Mick, all right. Right.
Cocodamol.
What time?
What time?
3500, about 20 minutes ago.
Thank you very much.
72-year-old Pat fell awkwardly down a slope, breaking the fall with her hand and scraping her leg on a low wall.
Have you got any pain in your neck or your back at all?
No.
No, all right. You remember everything that happened?
Yeah.
Not knocked unconscious at all?
Luckily, she's not knocked herself out. She's not been unconscious. So I'm not overly concerned that she's hit her head, which, from where she had tumbled, was very, very lucky.
I was using my club as a walking stick. And...
Well, there's your problem, using your club as a walking stick.
Yeah,
Right. I'm going to have a quick feel of your neck and your back just to make sure that's okay.
Dave needs to rule out any kind of spinal injury before they can attempt to move Pat.
All right. Any pain in your hips at all?
No.
No. Okay, right.
My chin, my chest.
Yeah, so you got a little bit of a graze on your chin there.
An air ambulance has been sent in case Pat needs to be airlifted to hospital.
You're not putting in that, are you?
Sometimes you just tend to send it because of where we are.
Oh, dear.
Just wait for my colleague to come back and we'll have a look at this and we'll try and get you sorted and get you shifted, all right?
Okay.
Right, no C-spine, no hip, no back pain.
Okay.
We're a bit hypertensive, 170 over 110, but I'm not surprised.
Not surprised. Right, what I need to do is move this leg out the way if we can so I can get your other leg straight.
Yeah.
Any pain in your knee at all? Just take your time for me. Take your time. You know, swap legs for me. That's it. Bring this leg right nice around for me.
You're doing brilliant.
Lovely.
So fantastic, that is.
Oh, well, it is.
Okay, right, hang on a minute. Is it painful or is it sore?
Stinging.
It's stinging.
Yeah.
All right.
Satisfied that Pat hasn't injured her spine, Dave and Mick now need to remove the temporary dressing on her injured leg.
Bystanders had actually dressed and put a makeshift bandage over the wound itself. We needed to get back down to skin level to have a look at the wound to make sure there was no debris in there to wash it out to reduce the infection risks. How are we doing?
Oh, God. Yeah, there is.
Just keep coming round. Yep. Hey.
My name's Brian, sorry, this is Rob. How are we doing?
Basically, we were going up these steps to have her off the first tee.
Hello, lovely.
She was using a club as a crutch and she's lost the balance.
Mick gently removes the last of the temporary dressing, so the cut to Pat's leg is exposed.
Pat's injury was quite horrible. She's done a massive, what we call a degloving. So it's basically you've dragged your skin all the way off the injured limb.
Oh, it's just hurt my leg. Oh.
Sorry.
Will never get over when I was driving and my brakes cut out on me.
And the what?
My brakes cut out on me. I don't actually think there's a lot that you don't know about me. I think you know everything about me.
Yeah, I think we do know each other quite well. Your brakes
Have I not
cut
told
out?
you?
No.
They're not.
You never told
So
me that.
basically, I was driving,
Yeah.
trying to press the brake. The brakes had gone.
Just failed,
Yeah,
what?
the brakes had gone. I had to use the handbrake. If we're using the handbrake or we're going into another car.
No, you actually genuinely didn't tell me.
When
Was you scared in case I was going to like get out or something and never get back in the truck?
I don't know.
Ambulance services, a patient breathing.
Just breathing. He's very noisy. I've got his airway open.
Just stop there. If you can't lift awake.
He's not conscious. I'm in the garden.
So we have got a category 1 call for an unconscious noisy breathing male. No further details, just unconscious with noisy breathing. Here in a category 1 emergency for an unconscious and noisy breathing patient would ring alarm bells in my head. It could potentially lead them to go into cardiac arrest, which would be fatal. It says exposed to the elements, so whether or not he's outside, I'm not too sure. We're 1 mile away, so
I'm gonna say no way.
pretty close. Right place, right time situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's his name? John.
Yeah, he's on the floor in the shed.
Caroline called 999 when she found her partner John unresponsive in the garden shed.
In here, yeah. Oh, hello there. Is it John? Hello there, nice to meet you. Dan and Ellie, all right. Well, we've got a bit going on in here, haven't we? Right then, what's happened then?
Tidying up.
Yeah.
A bit of wood that's behind you on the back of the car.
Yeah.
You take that, I'd move that. Went very light.
Right, okay.
And they that's funny.
60-year-old John was standing at his workbench when he lost consciousness.
How long was he unconscious for? Was it a few seconds?
He started
or?
opening up in about 4 minutes.
He wasn't having like a seizure or anything, was
No,
he?
he wasn't
seizure.
shaking or anything.
Right, okay. And prior to this episode, he's been well in himself today? Not felt unwell in any way?
He did say he wasn't feeling very well, but thought it was a heat.
Are you in any pain anywhere at the moment?
No, just sweaty.
Just sweaty?
No.
My initial impression of John is that he was sweaty, clammy and pale. These are all signs of a heart attack. You are really sweaty.
I know.
Oh, it's just hurt my leg.
Sorry, is that stinging?
It's just cold water, sweetheart.
We're basically just giving it a bit of a clean, all right?
At a golf course near Leek in Staffordshire, paramedics Dave and Mick are treating Pat, who's fallen and badly injured her leg. A HeliMed team is also on the scene.
Do we think there's any fractures underlying that wound, or do we think it's just tissue damage?
I think it's tissue damage itself. We had a look at the wound. It was significant. The flesh, the skin had been removed from just below the knee down to the ankle. And it was quite significant, and it can be limb-threatening.
Yeah, you won't be playing golf for the rest of the day. Get this sorted first, OK? I'm going to dress your leg. I'm going to give you some strong stuff to help with that pain, OK? And then we're going to look at moving you and getting you onto the ambulance, all right?
Oh, well, we'll look after you. Don't worry at all. The accidents happen, don't they, unfortunately?
Critical care paramedic Ryan inserts a cannula so Pat can be given morphine directly into her bloodstream.
Just some cold water going to go up your arm, OK?
Now that the wound has been cleaned, Mick can apply a fresh dressing.
It's going to feel cold on your leg now.
Pat, I'm going to lift your leg up now, OK? Nice and steady, all right?
Okay.
Just nice.
That's, oh, you've done that yourself. Well done.
Perfect, well done.
We've got to get Pat off the floor to get her on to the vehicle. We have to make sure she's calm, relaxed.
Have you actually played yet? You haven't even had... Oh, that's even worse.
That's even worse.
At any point, OK, that you get any serious pain, you need to let us know, OK, and we'll stop and reevaluate.
Now Pat's pain has eased, she can be moved.
How easy was that?
That was easy, yeah.
Ready, set, move.
Beautiful. Have we got the hacksaw?
We tried, we had a little laugh and a little giggle with her, which kept her stress levels quite low and made the job a lot easier.
OK, Pat?
Confident Pat's injury is not life-threatening, she can travel to hospital by road, leaving the air ambulance crew available for the next emergency.
And we'll click you into here. There you go. OK.
See you there.
How often do you get out to play golf?
As often as I can.
As often as you can. You've got some good bruising on the inside of your arm as well, and yeah, all around here. You scraped your arm, so you've gone with a proper tumble.
I started staggering forward and hoping that I'd get my balance before I went over the edge, but I didn't. I thought if I could just run down this bank, I might land on the path, and I did. One end on one wall and one end on the other.
I bet the last thing you expected today was to go and play golf and end up in the back of an ambulance.
I still can't believe I'm doing this.
Well, these things happen.
Pat arrives at Royal Stoke University Hospital, where her injuries will be examined by the trauma team.
Right. You've done a proper good job on that as well.
What's that?
Chin.
Chin.
Yeah, you can see the bruise coming out now. OK.
OK.
I'm on him.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Pat will be teeing off again anytime soon.
I always said playing golf's a dangerous game, and that just goes to prove it.
Definitely. That was
some deed loving.
That was some injury, that was.
To be honest, I mean, she's very, very lucky.
She's calm as well.
It could have been a lot worse.
I'm just going to do a quick ECG just because you're really clammy and really sweaty.
In Walsall, student paramedic Ellie and paramedic Dan are treating John. He collapsed in his garden shed and may have had a heart attack.
Nice and still for a minute, okay?
Nice and still.
He looked like he was having a stroke.
John's partner Caroline was with him when he collapsed.
He was talking to me, but it was funny talking.
Did he get his words out as such, or was it a bit...
struggling to get his words
struggling?
out.
Okie doke, not to worry. The ECG looks okay. There's nothing on there to suggest like a heart attack or anything like that. John's ECG was clear, but we did need to sit him up to check to see whether he had signs of a stroke. Lovely. Now, if you can walk to that chair for me, the pink one that they use in the Barbie film, isn't it? Pink. Not to make the boys wink, though.
I'm in touch with the feminine side.
Right then, lovely. Give us a big smile.
Dan carries out tests designed to show if John has had a stroke.
That's good strength there. Hands in the air, close your eyes and leave them there. Perfect, you can pop them down now from your head. Can you lift this leg against resistance, but bend it out and lift? And there, lovely. And this one, watch where I'm standing for this part. There we go, lovely. There's no kind of immediate signs of a stroke. We'll finish doing the checks. We'll check your blood sugar, check your temperature, see if you've got any signs of infection. But regardless of the outcome, I'd still recommend that we pop him up to the local A&E just based on the fact he's had this, what we call a collapsed query pause. So we're not too sure what's caused it. You know, have a little bit of a three-way.
Bit of a stroll.
It's a bit like we're a team, isn't it? Like a musician
Now
team
a
or
good
something.
time to tell you that I've got a real thing about personal space.
I think when the patient has got a good sense of humour, it does make assessing them a little bit easier because they are quite chatty and they've got that like bond with you almost. If you come and have a sit down on here.
Right, I'm just going to put some seatbelts around you, okay?
Yep. I take it you don't want a blanket on?
No thanks.
No.
Dan monitors John closely on a 3-mile journey to hospital.
You got any holidays planned or anything?
No, not really. I've done a few this year actually. I went flying in a tiger moth.
Did you?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
No way. Wow, how was that then? Good?
That was amazing. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. I did flying lessons when I was a kid, and I like little aircraft.
Me and John both share a passion for adrenaline. We love speed and heights, and that really got the conversation going. I'm quite a bit of an adrenaline junkie, because I don't mind like height, speed, anything like that. I went skydiving last year, so I jumped 12,000 feet out of like a little mini plane, and that was
that a tandem jump? Or
it was I was strapped to an instructor. Yeah. It was absolutely phenomenal experience. Yeah. Really.
I've never done that. I've worn a parachute a lot of times. I've never had to use them.
John arrives at Walsall Manor Hospital.
Right then, let's get you into the Costa del. Shame it's not Costa del Bravo or Costa del Sol, but you know.
In A&E, medical staff will run more ECGs and blood tests to try and find out what caused John to collapse today.
When you go abroad and go on holiday and stuff like that, are you a swimming pool girl or a beach girl?
I couldn't do a complete beach holiday, doing nothing, laid around for a week. I would go insane.
I'm not a fan of like sandy beaches.
Okay.
It just gets annoying because sand gets everywhere. Once you got damp, it sticks to you, no matter what you do. See, I prefer the pool. If there's a swim-up bar, if you're all inclusive, everything's there. You don't need to go out.
Yeah, true.
You know, and like.
But then some resorts though, they have the beach as well.
Yeah.
What's the reason for the call today?
She's been violently ill for the last 48 hours. It's mainly sickness, diarrhoea and considerable pain. She's got headaches as well. She's been sick now.
I can hear. I do recommend that we send out an ambulance for you, okay?
New assignment. A 65-year-old female.
Okay.
Vomiting, diarrhoea, shoulder pain, and a headache.
Oh.
Sounds like she's got quite a bit going on, actually.
Yeah.
So So I think a bit of investigation work. Incidents that can require a bit of investigation can be difficult. We can end up finding new things that are wrong with the patient, but we can sometimes be at risk of missing the reason why we're there. I've never been here before. Can you get the stretcher like in a lift?
I honestly cannot remember. I've been here, but I can't remember the lifts.
Hello. Hello, ambulance.
Yes.
Hello. What's your name, sweetheart? Susan. My name's Linda. This is Adam. What's been going on?
Been sick.
You've been sick, have you? Yeah. So I can see.
Diarrhea.
And diarrhea. How long's that been going on for?
I don't know, 48.
Couple of days.
Where's Mark?
He's just popped through the corridor. He's just there.
After vomiting for 2 days, 65-year-old Susan rang for help. Her friend Mark is with her.
You got any past medical history at all?
What's COPD?
COPD, yeah. Anything else? Just relax your arm for me, sweetheart. Let me do your blood pressure.
She's had strokes.
Has she? Anybody who has a difficult life, it always makes me feel for them that bit more. Susan is doing really well considering, and you've just got to think, what if it was my mum, and can I do anything extra for her? You okay if I pinch a drop of blood from your finger? Just check your blood sugars.
Yeah, if you have to. I hate it.
I know, I'm sorry. You're not even going to feel it, I bet.
Oh, I hate this.
Are you ready? Say how.
Just don't down, just do it.
Done.
Thanks.
That's it.
Needle phobia is quite a common thing. I actually don't like needles. I'm all right at the blunt end, no good at the sharp end.
When's the last time you've kept like a sip of water down?
Oh, no.
You're not sure?
I could drink a gallon of water.
I bet. So the reason I'm asking, your blood sugars are a little bit low as well, you see. Obviously, we're limited what we can do for you here, so we're just going to recommend going to hospital. Okay. But with your blood sugars being low as well, we need to look at doing something to rectify that for you as well.
Susan did have quite a significant medical history, and people like this I do feel sorry for because they're dealing with a lot on a daily basis, and when they get ill quite quick.
I know.
We're following 7 paramedic crews simultaneously as they work a typical 12-hour shift across the West Midlands.
Just lie nice and still for me just for a second and just get a nice clear snapshot.
In Stoke, paramedics Linda and Adam are with Susan, who's been vomiting for 2 days.
So you've got no headache? So just rub it into your gums, rub it in around your mouth sort of thing, that's it.
To try and increase Susan's blood sugar levels, Linda gives her a glucose gel.
Yes, that's
yeah. It might well be down to dehydration in parts as well. Should we have a little sit up? I'm going to maybe do your blood pressure as well then. That's it. Nice and steady, get yourself sorted. There you go. And just really small little sips again for me, yeah?
Like really
small.
expensive whiskey and you don't want to drink it all in one go.
I wouldn't want to drink whiskey anyway.
Yeah, you do right. Do you want to get dressed or do you want to go as you are?
Okay, I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Susan's friend Mark will come with her in the ambulance. He's receiving dialysis for a kidney condition, so he's no stranger to hospitals.
How long have you been having dialysis?
The last 6 months.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
How's it going?
Quite difficult, really. It's the travelling and stuff like that. You know.
Mark and Susan are really good friends. They've both got their own health issues and yet really support each other, like 100%. And it's so nice to see. We all need somebody that is willing to give us a helping hand. Come on then, sweetheart. I'll give you a hand, are you all right? Just nice and steady. Come on, there we go. Come on, we're nearly there.
Another couple
Keep
of
coming.
feet. Come on, I've got the door. I'm going to hit you, don't worry.
And don't worry about him, we won't leave without him. Come and pop your bum up here. Just shuffle your bum this way a little bit more for me.
That's it.
That's it. Here we go.
The grass steepest line as well.
Another bump just whilst we lock you into place. Sorry.
Right.
Don't worry, we've got a bowl for you if needs be. Have you got something? Yeah. Keep it next to you if you want, and then you've got it when you need it. Yeah? That is a very good question. And we're in an ambulance.
What's the bike?
On the way to Macclesfield.
I used to work in that.
Ah. What did you do?
Sale.
Sales? What were you selling?
Battery.
Okay. So you weren't doing the hard sell on cars then?
After a journey of 14 miles, Susan arrives at Macclesfield District General Hospital.
A few little bumps.
Here, doctors will investigate the cause of Susan's persistent sickness.
You know, we were having a good chat in the back, and both of them are suffering, and obviously the economic crisis that we're in at the moment. I mean, it's tough times for everybody.
Yeah.
But I mean, they are doing the best that they can, and you've just got to hope that eventually they can kind of get through it and get to a better time.
When the worst happens and we need medical help fast, we all ring 999.
How bad is the pain? And she's got an abdominal wound.
For the staff in the control room, they never know which emergency they'll have to deal with next.
I think this job can be incredibly stressful. The thing that kind of makes me stick with it is when you do make a difference, you make a real big difference.
Ambulance service, is a patient breathing?
I don't know. I'm stood in the service station. There's two motorbikes and a car. One casualty lying on the floor. Can't move his legs.
Is the patient still breathing?
And he's conscious. Yes, he's conscious.
Okay, that's fine. Was he the motorcyclist or the car?
The motorcyclist. It looks as though the car. Yeah, he's at the front of the car basically with his head against the car, and he can't move.
My main concern is what kind of injuries have they got, because again, they haven't got any protection from the car. They've been thrown off a motorbike. It can be quite life-threatening and life-changing.
Okay, in regards to the road, what's the speed of the road, do you know?
It's probably a 60.
In the meantime, obviously don't put yourself in any risk. Obviously advise people not to stop unless they're involved in the accidents. Just obviously keep asking people to move on if they're not involved.
There's a very high risk that another accident could happen, which has happened on calls, where someone else won't be paying attention or they'll crash into the scene that's already happened. And obviously that can kill people. If there's already a patient in the road that you can't move, you can end up with casualties all over the place.
We've actually blocked off the road at the roundabout now, people at the garage.
Okay, that's fine. Can you see any blood loss from anywhere?
No.
Okay, this is a right leg injury.
Yeah, it's the right leg.
Any obvious bone sticking out through the skin at all?
No. No.
All right, love. Is there someone that can stay with him until we arrive?
Yeah, there's about 5 of us here.
I do take quite a lot of RTC calls. There has been a few that are stuck in my mind, but majority, when they're breathing and conscious and safe off the road, especially if they've got other people with them, which is usually the case with RTCs, you feel a bit more reassured that they do have someone that can look after them.
Now, I've got an emergency response arranged. If you can, just watch out for that crew to arrive for me. So I have requested for the police as well. They should be with you as soon as they can, my lovely. So just keep an eye out for them.
Okay, then.
Thank you, my lovely.
Ambulance services, the patient breathing?
Yes. I've got the pains in my chest and the bottom of my teeth. Feels like my bra's been pushed into me.
Okay, what was the pain like in the first few seconds of it starting? Was it excruciating, the worst pain possible, or was it moderate to severe?
it was excruciating.
So we're off to a 71-year-old female who's got chest pain. I'm wondering, it's that time of day, she phoned a GP. With some pains in the chest, and the GP's probably advised her to call.
And rightly so, I guess, because we could do an ECG and the doctors can't.
No.
But even then, ultimately, the only way to know, go to hospital.
Exactly, especially if it's cardiac. Chest pain is one of the most common calls we go to. Heart disease is one of the biggest killers in the UK, so it is quite a common call, and it can be quite scary for patients because they know that chest pain can be a heart attack. Where are we going?
Just straight in there, are you? All right.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, all right. Hi, madam. This is Linda.
Nice to meet you.
So, what's been going on?
I come from work this morning
Okay.
because I'm a lollipop lady, and I've come back, and I was just starting to do some breakfast, and I had this terrible pain in the centre of my chest.
71-year-old Diane rang for help when she started experiencing the classic signs of a heart attack. Husband Les is with her.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Does it go anywhere
And
else?
it went into like bottom of my teeth here,
Okay.
and my arms feel really heavy, and pins and needles, and
Okay.
the pain was that bad. I had to stop cooking some breakfast, and it was really bad.
Pop a finger in there for me.
How long have you been a lollipop lady for?
About 3 years on tap.
I spotted it when I came in.
No. Have you? I haven't.
Oh, you know, it's there. How do you know?
Obviously,
It does concern me you didn't spot the massive lollipop.
why is it concerning that I didn't
Because
see a
these
lollipop?
people stand in the middle of the road with them.
She wasn't stood in the middle of the road, though. She was in her own home. I'm a very observant person. That lollipop was well hidden.
Right, just sit nice and still a second. Come on. It's like a kettle. The longer you watch it, the longer it takes.
And the pain's completely gone.
No, it's just like an electric shock.
Okay.
That kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Not an electric shock, but I'd imagine that's what it feels like.
Numbers-wise, everything is absolutely spot on. Your heart tracing looks okay. Even though her ECG was normal, she was having all the classic signs of a heart attack. An ECG is good, but it's not foolproof, so she can still have a heart attack without any changes on the ECG.
On the other side of Stoke, paramedics Mick and Dave are over halfway through their shift.
A 12-hour shift. I think that the banter along the way, it helps.
We have been told we got a dark sense of humour as well.
Definitely.
There's a medical question for you, right? What happens when a body is immersed in water?
What happens?
Yeah.
Well, it will decompose. It'll bloat and decompose.
No, the telephone rings. Have you never ever got into the bath and literally just as you've sat in a bath and immersed yourself in them soap suds, the phone has gone off?
Ambulance service, is the patient breathing?
Yes.
Is the patient conscious
Yes.
awake?
It's my wife. She seems to have fallen into a deep sleep.
Right, okay. Is her breathing noisy or abnormal?
It's a bit shallow.
Okay. Is she responding in any way at the moment?
Not really.
New job. Trenton for a Cat 1 arrest, peri arrest.
When the heart's rhythm is unstable, it's called peri-arrest.
84-year-old female. It's imperative that we get there as quick as humanly possible. With peri-arrests, they can go into a cardiac arrest quite quickly. So yeah, we need to be there sooner rather than later so we can act and make sure this patient doesn't deteriorate.
Hi, sir.
Paramedics Mick and Dave have been called to a patient who's unresponsive and could be going into cardiac arrest.
Whereabouts are we going?
Upstairs.
Jonathan called 999 when he found his 84-year-old wife, Jennifer, unresponsive.
Has she been okay the last couple of days? Not been feeling unwell at all?
Oh, she's an Alzheimer's patient.
Okay. Yeah.
Jennifer was laughing and joking about going out for lunch. I went down to do some porridge for her, and then got a message to say that she's not too good.
Okay, look. When you're assessing an Alzheimer's patient, it's quite difficult because they're unable to communicate fully what the problem is. Have anything like this ever happened before?
No.
No. We'll have a look. We'll do all our checks and see what's going on.
Oh, here he is. See?
Oh, hello.
He'll get her better.
You're going to come and get a hand, are you, pussycat? You sure that's a cat?
That's huge.
What's the name?
Charming.
Charming. Charming.
Charming without the G. No, Charming.
So we got tone, so she's not unconscious, which is good. And she's reacting to my voice when I'm speaking to her as well, flicking her eye. Yeah, she is. Put your hand on air for me, sweetheart. That's it. And so she's flicking her eyelid, and when I've just flicked her lashes, she is responding to that. There's a couple of little tricks that we use to see whether there's any reflex. One of them is just flicking the eyelash. So you just flick the eye, and they can't help but blink. And this is a good sign because that shows to me that Jennifer's not actually unconscious. Come on, Charming, come give us a hand. He's had his £2 worth now. He's over there now, causing trouble. You open your eyes for me, sweet. I want to see what colour eyes you got. There you go. We have one opened. One opened. All her observations are they're fine. I mean, she is responding. It's whether it's just a worsening of her Alzheimer's that's caused this issue today. And the only way to find that out is to take her up to the hospital and let them do a scan. All her observations are absolutely normal. However, there is an issue, there's a concern, because she has been unresponsive, she has been unconscious for a period of time. So we decided just to take her to hospital, to get checked out to make sure there was nothing else underlying. Just because we've had a bout of unresponsiveness, I think it's best bet if we pop her up. We just need to rule out certain things, okay?
You're a good boy, aren't you? Yes, we'll get Mummy sorted, yes.
You want a cup of tea and some biscuits? Yes, please.
Oh, well, there we go. Oh, bless you. There we are. Even if I make it, hello, love. I'll be here. Okay. Me.
Jennifer and Jonathan have been married for 62 years.
So I'm going to get all this off her now. But at least you know she's okay because she spoke to us.
You spoke to me?
Good.
She prefers me to you.
I can't say as I blame her, really.
They'd been together since they were in the early 20s, which for them was a lifetime. It was lovely to see. You could see that he was the main carer for his wife and he was doing everything he possibly could to look after her. There was a lot of love there. Have a sit up with me. Come on. Come on, have a sit up.
Have a look at him. He's better looking at me.
Well, I'm better looking than him.
Yes.
There we go.
I'm not going to argue. How are you feeling?
You're right.
Okay. She'd actually improved vastly to the point where she could sit and talk and have a conversation, which was really, really good to see. Pop yourself in there for me, sweet. That's it. And then when you're comfy, put your feet up here. And let's pop this on. Right, in that back seat for me, Jonathan.
Count. I'm just sending a note to Christopher. I've seen you before.
I should hope so.
Jonathan and Jennifer head off on the 4-mile journey to hospital.
It's worth the ride? Yes. Good. You're all right now?
You seem to be a bit more with it now. So this is a normal weight you have. And you feel absolutely fine. How many fingers have I got up?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, how many fingers have I got up now?
2. No. 1.
Yeah.
Bless you, love.
You passed. We do little tests and ask how many fingers they've got up, and I put a thumb in there, and that always lightens the mood a little bit as well.
Jennifer arrives at Royal Stoke University Hospital.
Come on.
It's not me, it's not me, it's not me.
Right, come on in. Let's get you in here.
Here, doctors will want to investigate what caused her to suddenly become unresponsive today.
Oh, what a pleasant couple they were.
They were nice, they were.
That cat. Oh my God.
That was a mule. that was huge.
I bet he doesn't have anybody messing with him in his neighbourhood.
He doesn't.
He walks around now. Who are you going to call? Charming.
Normal day at work?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Also in Stoke, paramedics Linda and Adam are with Diane, who's had chest pain since getting in from work as a lollipop lady.
So if you had to give this pain a score, 10 being the worst possible pain you could ever imagine.
When it started, it was 10.
Okay.
Diane has taken paracetamol for the pain, but she's not sure if it's had any effect.
He's just going to have a quick listen to your chest just to rule anything else out as well. You don't need to thank us.
Appreciate what all you do.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. Being thanked has become less common these days, but when it happens, it's really nice and we really appreciate it. It's not what we're there for. We're still going to do our job, but it is lovely.
What do you think it was then? Because it was really bad.
Obviously, we've got no real way of knowing, unfortunately, so what we're going to give you, the aspirin and this spray, this GTN spray, we're treating you on the chance that it's potentially your heart, okay? Yeah. Nothing's showing up on the ECG, everything's looking okay. So there's nothing obvious to us, but it doesn't always.
And then we'll go have a triple A&E.
Just for a check-up.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Chest pains we always like to err on the side of caution. The body is a wonderful thing, but it can hide symptoms. On this occasion, her ECG looked normal, but it is possible that there are blockages in other areas that we can't see, and it could also be that it's not heart-related. We've just got to make sure.
That means I can't go work now then.
Work will be there tomorrow. You've got to make sure you're there tomorrow to go to work.
Oh, then.
All right, let's give you some of this.
Adam gives Diane aspirin to chew and GTN as a spray.
Right, open your mouth for me. Tongue up. There you go. Rub that round.
The medication should help widen Diane's arteries, increasing blood flow to the heart and easing her chest pain.
Are you warm enough? I can pop a blanket over your knee.
Cold.
Yeah. Ready whenever you are, Linda. How long have you been a lollipop lady for then?
About 3 years.
About 3 years. Enjoy it.
I love it.
Gives you something to do, get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Gives you a reason to get going and carry on, doesn't it?
Yeah. My husband retires next year because he's younger than me.
So you got a toy boy, have you?
Yeah. He's got a few more health issues than me, but I'm pretty fit, really. This is like, it's the only thing I've ever had wrong with me.
You don't do being unwell, do you?
No.
We have landed. Right then, sweetheart.
At Royal Stoke University Hospital, Diane will be thoroughly checked over by the cardiology team. They'll run blood tests to find out if she's had a heart attack. Those blood tests showed that Diane hadn't suffered a heart attack. Doctors think her cardiac-like pain could be related to acid reflux. She was back home the same day. Jennifer, who wasn't responding, had tests in hospital which revealed she hadn't had a stroke. She was discharged a few hours later. Susan, who'd been vomiting for 2 days, spent a week in hospital. She was diagnosed with gastroenteritis and put on a drip until her condition improved. John, who collapsed in his garden shed, had tests which showed low folic acid levels. This can cause anemia, leading to dizziness, and may have been the reason why he collapsed. And golfer Pat, who fell injuring her leg, is now back at home.
When I got to hospital, I had the x-rays on my leg and my wrists and nothing was broken. All this was like raw muscle and whatever. I've just got to wait for the skin to grow back over now. It just takes time. The paramedics were lovely. They reassured me and they kept me calm, laughing and joking, you know, just generally kept me mind away from your leg.
Pat's been playing golf since she was in her 30s.
I really miss my golf because I like to play every day if I can. I'm not very good, but I just go up and practice my putting because I don't have to do any strenuous stuff on my leg, so it stays good. All improves.
Next time.
Oh, it's right there. Any movement, there is the risk of paralysis.
A man falls down the stairs and can't move.
Given that he had central spinal pain, it could mean that he never walks again.
A baby is giving the paramedics cause for concern.
She's going to do an ECG on him because she's got a bit of an irregular heartbeat. No one ever likes going to a child that's fighting for breath. It puts the fear of God into all paramedics.
You tell me what's happened.
I don't really know.
And a woman is involved in a head-on collision.
Shock can have a massive effect on your body, so you might not feel any of the symptoms after the collision.